Okay, our first guest is an Academy Award-winning actor and a genuine motion picture legend. His brand new film is called Finding Forrester. It opens on Friday. Here's Sean Connery. You're a powerful man. I didn't exactly know what you had in mind there, so I was just a little nervous, because it wouldn't surprise me if you came out here and just sort of disabled me and then walked off.
No, I would never do that.
How you doing?
No, I'm okay. I had not realized it was so long since I had been here.
Mm-hmm. You sound like Sean Connery. When you talk, you sound exactly like... It's amazing.
Well, I've borrowed your hairpiece. Is that yours? Or
no,
mine?
That's yours. No, absolutely. Help yourself. Now, let's talk about the last time you were here. Am I right about this? Am I wrong about this? Did I do something that upset you? Did I offend you? Did I say something stupid? Did something happen? Was it...
It's rare that you're right on so many counts.
All right. And did it have anything to do with the entrance when you in the jetpack and that silliness? Was that it must have been uncomfortable, to say the least.
Well, we found that out a bit later, but have you still got the same producer?
Yeah, everybody's intact, more or less.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here now is what we're talking about. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. This is 7 years ago, Sean Connery. See, we thought it'd be... Look at that. Yeah. Very nice. You look better today than you looked then.
I see the expression on the face.
Yeah. But we left you hanging up there a little too long, I guess.
Yeah. What you never explained to these people was that it was continuous how we did it, and we had to cut it because I was speaking too high.
Yeah, well, that'll happen. You had kind of a landmark birthday this year, huh?
This year it's 70.
7 years old.
Yeah.
Man. Did you have like a big party, any bigger than normal? What did you do?
Well, I'm not sure. It's so long ago now. I don't remember much now. When you get to this stage, it's tough.
All right. Well, just go ahead and make something up then.
Well, what do you think I'm doing here?
Did you have a lot of friends over? Was there drinking? Was there carousing? Did you have cake? What did you do?
What did you put in here?
It's just water.
No, joking. I was only kidding. No. It was... I remember it distinctly, clearly coming here.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't I here?
Yeah.
And I had a wonderful time once we'd landed and touched terra firma, and it was a wonderful show. And I was watching your warm-up there. Is it warm-up you would call it, or your...
Well, that's what we strive for. Sometimes it's
freezing.
Yes, yeah. Let's talk about being honored by the Queen, being actually knighted.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Means a lot to you, being knighted?
Yes. Be careful now, Dave. Mm-hmm. Dave, you've got to be careful.
I will. I'll be very careful.
Okay. No, it doesn't really change anything.
Uh-huh.
It's, as I said at the time, an honour for Scotland. And one of the rather good elements about it is that there are no conditions attached. One can stay and do exactly as one did before. I mean, I will continue to, but whether I will continue to retain it, that will be something else, I suppose.
Well, they can't take it away from you.
That sounds like the cue for a song.
All right.
No, it was an honor.
And what is the ceremony like? Is it awe-inspiring? Is it
well, yes,
lovely?
Yes, it's very impressive, and it was in Edinburgh, which I hold very dear, and everybody who was there, I brought quite a few friends from America there too. You know, it's a very close continuation from Scotland and the United States, which not too many people are that familiar with. You know, which is that the declaration of Arbroath was due to a guy called Wilson from St. Andrews, was partly instrumental at the time of Washington of writing your wonderful Constitution, the Declaration. Mm-hmm. And it was taken from that. And Wilson never really appears that much in history. That's a digression. I mean, it's not normal, this show. I do apologize.
And is it true that there was a talk of you being knighted somewhat earlier, 5 or 6 years previously, and then for political reasons it was delayed a bit?
Yes.
And that was upsetting to the Scottish people, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it was really dreadful. It was. I never questioned. I obviously had made quite a few enemies en route. Unconsciously, I suppose that's the best way to make them. And I never knew. My wife was always rather curious as to why one had not had any sort of recognition, as it were, in England, but I had plenty everywhere else, France and in Scotland. But and then they decided that it would be too much of a plus and a support for the Scottish National Party, which I'm a member of and have been for 40 years. And thank you.
That party stands for and represents more freedom for Scotland itself?
Well, it's the only one that's in the UK, which is not a particularly accurate United Kingdom, but that is for independence. Right. The others don't want it. I don't know what they're frightened of, because we're not going to steal the land. It'll stay there.
Yeah. Make off with the place. Yeah. Well, thank goodness that was put right then.
Yes, I fixed it.
Yeah, good for you. We'll be right back here with Sean Connery, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, how is Scotland celebrated? How is Christmas celebrated in Scotland?
Well, not as healthily as the New Year.
Really? Oh, what does that mean?
Well, the Hogmanay, which is the expression for that, is when we celebrate the end of the old year and the beginning of the new year. Mm-hmm. And the Christmas is really for children. You know.
Well, that's the way it should be, I think.
Well, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's not the big whoop-de-doo that we've made it in this country.
Well, no, only for children.
Right.
You know, we have a fantastic celebration. We close the whole of Princes Street, which is a mile long in Edinburgh, and the castle is all lit up, and all the gardens down to the castle are lit up, and all the music, and there's over 1 million people come from all over and go up to see the New Year in and around the Tron, which is up the top of the north sort of side of Edinburgh, and down into the street. There's no cars. There's nothing allowed in there.
That sounds lovely.
Yes, it's a terrific celebration.
And then New Year's, is that do you go crazy at New Year's?
Well, no crazier than usual, but I mean, you know, we have a history of a certain violence.
You like spending time in New York City, this time of year especially?
I like New York. Another song. But I do. I find it not easy to sleep here. That's one of the problems. I think
it's because of the noise?
Well, no, because I have a certain kind of curiosity, and I think there's always something going on somewhere else, and so it's quite difficult to sleep.
Yeah.
But the real problem for me in New York is your taxis. Yeah. The cabs, you call them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's okay if you're Toulouse-Lautrec or, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs getting in and out, but for a normal-sized person, or like myself, it is a joke. The guy in the front driving has got enough room for a bed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you live here.
And in back, virtually no leg room.
No leg room at all. Well, you must have the same problem. What size are your shoes?
10.5.
Oh, my God, you're a kid. I'm 12. And I get inside, and I cannot move.
Yeah.
So if I get in this side, I've got to more or less stay this side because I can't get out the other side, right? And if it's raining, the guy isn't, you never saw him. You don't know who it is in front. It could be a gorilla smoking a pipe.
Yeah.
And you give the money into the little windows like confessions, and then you go out, and before you know where you are. And if it's raining, it's hopeless.
That's right. Now, have you ever said confession in the backseat of a cab?
I should have.
Yeah. I've had the last rites a couple of times in the backseat of a cab. Let's talk a little bit about your movie, which is about New York and the Bronx, and I guess some of it was actually shot here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Some of it was also shot in Toronto, is that true? Yeah. Tell people about the film.
Well, it's in some ways sort of old-fashioned because it's a story about recluse kind of J.D. Salinger, William Burroughs type writer who has a relationship which you think has no future, less than a gelding. And sure enough, they do have a relationship and they have all the ups and downs that go with it. And he happens to be a black kid who's a basketball player. And that's really the whole story, how they find Forrester, but they find each other. And Forrester finds Forrester.
Yeah. And let's take a look at a clip. You know what we're going to see here?
I believe it's when he's brought back some food, and I'm reading the National Enquirer or something. And
Okay.
he's bringing some...
All right, here we go. Sean Connery, Finding Forrester. Yeah. The Pulitzer. A very nice film. And your fellow players in the film, very, very strong. It's a great cast.
Yeah.
And it's directed by Gus Van Sant.
Gus Van Sant, that's right, yeah. And this boy, Rob Brown, has never acted before.
No, is that
That's
a fact?
absolutely fact and true. And he's 16 years of age, goes to school in Brooklyn. And the writer, Mike Rich, this is his first screenplay, and we had him from the first day to the last. I took him with us on... We rehearsed up in Canada for 2 weeks. He was with us all the way through the movie.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's a very nice film. But what you're saying about the kid is hard to believe because he seems just natural as an actor. It's unbelievable. And never trained as an actor?
No, not at all, no.
And how does a kid like that get the gig? How does that happen?
Well, apparently he was looking to try and find some money if he won the contest to pay his cell phone bill. And seriously. And he has a scholarship, but it's for football, American football. And he's a really terrific young fellow.
Yeah, because I auditioned for that part.
I heard that, actually.
But... then you got something. Now listen, now how are we doing now? You're not upset now, are you? You're okay? We didn't have you hanging from anything? We didn't injure you? We didn't knock the wind out of you? Everything's all right, more or less?
Well, more or less, I think it's been... I mean, you could hang meat in here, but apart from that...
Oh, we've hung meat in here. Don't kid yourself. We've hung plenty of meat. Now, will you come back?
Of course, I will always come back.
Don't wait 7 years to come back.
I might not be here in 7 years.
I might not be here in 7 years. I might not be here in 7 months. It's great to see you again. You look fantastic.
You do too, and I'm sorry about the hug. I got carried away.
That's all right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Sean Connery, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. All right, now watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Late Show awkward hug of the night. Take a look at this. Oh, no, please don't. Oh, he's going to hurt.
It's
He's crushing me.